cooking isn't just about what you're about to make or the meal you want to make. It's also about the presence you bring once you arrive in your kitchen. I'm getting ready to cook my dinner, and one thing that I think is really going to help me is making sure that I'm grounded. And we're going to talk about that. But when I say grounded, that means when you come in tired, when you come in not sure about what you want to make, even if you want to make anything, it really makes a difference. I think the presence, the attitude. Let me show you what I'm doing right now. I have my not potpourri, guys. I am so tired. I have my diffuser on. I have vanilla. Let's see what I have in here. I have vanilla and a little bit of frankincense. And I wanted to show this to you. I also had earlier, I had a little bit of incense, but let me show you something else. Even though I know that I want to really get my food on the table, I also have my favorite podcast on in the kitchen. This is Nikki Saunders. She always talks about AI. She talks about creators. And I say that your kitchen should feel like a special moment, like you're having a special moment. You're doing something that you don't normally get to do. And what I mean by that is you make this time just for you. I think one of the reasons why we really sometimes just want to be one and done, get our meals done, we just want to end it, we can't think of what we want to do, is because we don't see all the opportunities that are here. We don't think of all the, I hate to use that word necessarily, abundant, but it is sort of like an abundant place. And you have to really think about what is the attitude that you want to bring into your kitchen. I'm getting ready to cook. I'm just getting ready to cook some acorn squash. I'm getting ready to cook some quinoa. But I'm going to use this time as my special place to sort of ground myself. This isn't just a place where, okay, we think of, okay, I need to eat something healthy. Let me just eat something healthy. No, think about it. This can really ground me, and it actually prepares me for the next day. I've really been thinking about this because a lot of people, we treat our kitchens as a way station. It's like we come in, we go out. We come in, fix something, and we leave. But it really shouldn't be that way. I think it really should be a place that supports you and builds you up. And not only that, the attitude that we have with regard to how we cook is really going to affect our day tomorrow. What we eat today has a lot to do with how we feel tomorrow. So I always think about that. You always want to think about what do I want my life like to be tomorrow? And how I feed myself today, how is that going to affect me? For example, we all know, if you eat something that's not good for you, you might have digestive problems a little bit later, a few hours later. We all know that if you eat something overly sugary, you might crash in a little bit. But we don't think about the fact that this is a restorative place. This room right here is a restorative place, and we need to kind of sort of treat it like that. So that's how I feel. And it doesn't have to be really, I don't want to say the word extravagant. Doesn't have to be all the place. You don't have to have fountains, even though I do love a little fountain running in my place. It doesn't have to be like that. It can just be something simple. For example, when I mentioned the oils, music, things that you have in your kitchen. So anyway, it is getting a little bit late, but I do want to get started on my dinner. So let's get started on our dinner. If this audio, now, as I was getting ready to get set up, I just realized I didn't have a mic on. So if this audio sounds a little different, it's because I put on my mic. But one thing that, as I get ready to do this, I'm making acorn squash, and I'm just going to do acorn squash with a little bit of quinoa. And one thing I like to think about is when I think about how important it is when we make our food, what it took to get here. Like when we think about not only that it took a lot in terms of, okay, it had to grow, then it had to be transported, then it had to be packaged. And I like to think about that because if I have food in the refrigerator that's going to waste, I'm not really, not only when I think about my body, but I'm thinking, okay, this food wants to feed me. It wants someplace, it wants someplace to go. So I just say, remember that when you have food in there and you don't want to like do anything, like when you're too tired to do anything, remember that this food wants to be cooked. It does. And I think things like acorn squash is so easy. I mean, I cut it in half. I'm going to just scrape out the seeds. And let's see, we are in now January. So we have until spring a little bit more time to enjoy this. But another reason why I love acorn squash, first of all, not only does it help balance blood sugar, but just look at the shape, like a heart. Isn't that perfect? I need that right now. I need to be soothed. I think that's a great way to look at it, is that foods, especially plant-based foods, can be very, very soothing for you. So as you take out all the seeds, as you take out, and the thing about it, let me say this, I haven't ever done it this way. A lot of times when I cooked, I basically show like, okay, and I might take the camera and just show you, you know, it from an overhead shot. But, you know, quick shots and showing you how I make, but this isn't what this isn't about. It's to show that you can take your time and you can make your food and you can enjoy it, and that you can have your oils on, and that doing that really, 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 really tells your body, first of all, that you care. Let's see. Shows your body that you care. But also, once you start doing it, because I know what it feels like when I came in. I actually, even though I talk about eating plant-based foods and cooking, this isn't necessarily, I almost thought I'm too tired to do this. But the thing about it is once you get started and you do it, it's like then you realize, and that's the thing, especially with vegetables, I think there's something so special. I think they have, like, there's so much in terms of texture that they have in terms of doing that. I think I'll put a little paprika. Ooh, darn it. I put a lot. You didn't see that. I think there's something about them that once you start, it makes it so easy to keep on. So remember that when you're wondering, like, I know I should be eating a certain way, I don't want you just totally making this, I need to be eating healthy. I want you to say, how can I just eat in a way that restores me? The process of cooking can be restorative. Okay, so now I'm going to pour just a little bit of maple syrup on there, just a little bit. And I want a little bit of sweetness. And then what I'm going to do is, so I guess I'm saying is when you go shopping for Thursday or Friday, or whenever you do your weekly shopping, or you order it, get yourself some acorn squash. This is one of the easiest. So, okay, there's another reason why I decided to do this. Let me put a little oil on this because see how super easy it is? This is like so easy to do. I want to put a little bit, I'm going to put a little bit of oil. I just want a little bit of oil on the outside. But this is another one of those dishes that you could do like real easy. Okay, now we have that. A little bit. I'm going to put it face down. And I think we'll roast it, I don't know, 25 minutes or so. We'll just roast it till it's done, till it's nice, a little bit soft and tender. I have it on 400. It'll probably be a little bit longer than that. And now I'm going to put it in the oven. Now that you have that, that's probably like, think about things that you can do that are so easy, but they have, I hate to say, a lot of nutrition in them, but think of things that are going to have a lot of color in them. And that when you look at them, you're going to be like, oh, I made this. So something simple I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some quinoa right now. I think I'll do some quinoa. Quinoa is higher in protein. I know a lot of people aren't crazy totally about quinoa, but I'm going to just lightly saute it a little bit. And then I'm going to cook it and put like a little bit of bouillon. I'm going to put a little bit a bay leaf in it just to kind of give it a savory, type of flavor. I think that's what we're going to do. And so I'm going to move you over here a little bit with me. I'm going to take this quinoa and I just want to dry saute it just for a minute or two. And I'm doing this because quinoa kind of has a bitter taste a little bit. And this kind of gives it a nuttier flavor. Sometimes we get so used to just eating the same grains all the time. You know, we do a lot of rice. And actually, quinoa is a seed, but doesn't look like a grain. And also when you're cooking, like not only see the colors, see kind of that crimson red and the pearl white. Notice everything. Notice everything. I just thought about that. Notice everything in terms of when you're cooking. Notice the colors. Get into the sound, not just the texture and the flavor, because this process can actually wake you up. Because guys, I told you, like, before I started, I was just like a little bit tired. Just a little bit tired. But just the process of being here can be relaxing. Understand that, especially in the evening when you cook, first of all, what we have to do is stop thinking about what else we could be doing at the time. That's another thing that happens. We're always thinking like, oh, if I was doing something else at this time, okay, I think that's about, I just want a couple of minutes, a little bit. We have to stop thinking about, okay, if I was here, I could be doing this, or I could be doing this, or I just want to be on my phone. What do they say? Who said this? Be here, be now. Halfway through this, I just realized that I should be shooting in landscape mode. And Oh well. I totally forgot. But let's keep moving on. So now I'm getting ready to put this quinoa in this water. And what I did was I have about some bouillon. I have my bay leaf in here. And I brought it to boil. Remember with quinoa, it's 2 to 1. Remember with quinoa, it's about 2 to 1. Okay, let's move that over. And I only have one more thing that I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put some roasted cauliflower on. I'm going to do that too. I was thinking about what next I could add to this squash and quinoa dish. And I was like, roasted cauliflower. I was like, simple, simple, simple. And when we think about our techniques that we want to do, we want to be like, okay, what's going to, sometimes we want to say, what is the least amount of effort? And I like that. So I'm just going to take this roasted cauliflower, cut it up into florets. It's going to be really, 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 really easy. But you know what? I can really smell the spices. That's what I'm loving. The spices that's coming from the squash. And another thing I did while I was waiting for it, as you know, what's going to make it easier when everything is done, I have an empty sink because I'm cleaning as I go. And again, you're not trying to be like a chef. I mean, maybe you are, but but if you just like, you're not trying to have to make this. We want delicious food, but the thing about it is we also want easy food. Like, that's the thing. There's so many recipes that are out, but I'd rather that we're actually cooking and doing something than, let me wash my hands, than focusing so much on all the recipes. You don't need a lot of recipes to like really cook delicious meals. You just need really simple techniques. And once you think about that, you're just going to keep and you're just going to do your simple techniques, then you're going to keep showing up in your kitchen, even when you're exhausted, even when you're tired, like I am now. Okay, let's get this going. So now, as soon as I get this, I think what I'm going to do is, after this is cut, and put on the baking sheet. What I'm looking forward to doing is putting a little nutritional yeast on this. I've already checked the squash. It's doing well. The quinoa is doing well. And soon we're going to have dinner. And we did it in the evening. And like I said, I have my podcast going. You might have some music playing or something. Oh, something else that I'm going to put on here with this cauliflower is I'm going to put some of this Trader Joe's Green Goddess. This is really, 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 really good. So put your little bit of olive oil on cauliflower. I'm going to put this Green Goddess dressing, not Green Goddess dressing, Green Goddess seasoning. I love that. Put a little bit more oil in there. And now, let's move this out the way. We can just roast it. And then I'm gonna put some nutritional yeast on it. This is gonna be so good. Okay, I wanted to show you how good this is looking so far. And in we go. We're going to put it in the oven. I just took the acorn squash out, and you kind of want to, oh my goodness. See, I like when it has that nice caramelization. Ooh, I love that. Oh, I feel so good. See, that's what I wanted. I wanted to feel good when I turned it over. I wanted to feel good when I revealed it. I'm a sauce girl. Something I did was I wanted to make a lemon tahini dressing for the quinoa. I am about done. We did all of that. And now I'm about done. So, you know what I love about this is when it's homemade. Okay, we got the acorn squash. We got our quinoa. We're just going to put a little bit like that on the top. We're going to take some of our cauliflower. Oh, you can't see it. We're going to take our cauliflower and I'm going to put a little drizzle of that, some tahini dressing. Let's see. Now, a little onions. And, you know, I have roasted almonds, but I'm not going to put them on there. I thought I was. That's just a nice meal. So good. Mmm. Mmm. Goodness, that is so good. I'm so glad that you cooked with me, because even though that we're tired, we made real food. And I'm hoping that we'll make a lot more homemade meals together. Okay, talk to you soon. I have to eat. Bye.